Now,
what is this beautiful building?
what?
What is this beautiful building?
They helped him with the car.
It's just a pub.
It's just a
It would have
home.
been in at one stage as well.
Maybe he took them.
So it's Cardiff, the capital of Wales, and today is the 11th of August, 2017. So we are in Wales.
In the car.
Now, good morning, everybody.
Good morning to you.
Buongiorno.
Bonjour.
You're going to miss us when we're gone.
Guten Morgen.
Ah, konnichiwa. I thought you all went to the Jehovah's Witness convention. I never saw as many of them in my life. I was smiling coming down in the elevator because there was Muslims coming out of it, Jehovah's Witnesses coming out of it, Baptists, Methodists, Catholics, every kind of a religion. I wonder what they were talking about in the way
This is
down.
beautiful. This is has to be, so everybody has to be in peace.
What?
This has to be this way, because everybody has to be in peace. Working
Why do you
together.
want peace? Why not have an old
Working
war?
together in one convention, yes.
It will be a long day.
And they dropped me off my car and I was on my way.
That's it. I just feel sorry for that young lass. He's still sitting there.
Yeah.
No translation for us, huh?
So we're leaving Cardiff and we're going to go now, of course, to Bath, and hopefully we get down there in time. I gave you back maps there, and what? I'll tell you one thing, they probably looked better last night than they did this morning. Anyway. So if you see where the arrow is on the map, and we'll discuss the map when we get out of it. For those of you, did any of you go for a walk around Cardiff last night?
No.
If you had to go straight on, you see how close we are to the hotel? That street in front of us with the flags, that takes you right out to Cardiff Castle. And look, typically Irish pub, O'Neill's on the right hand side.
Oh,
I know.
Is that where we were? No.
No.
Where were we at?
Did you go to a pub last night as well?
Well, before we went. Oh.
Did you go to the Golden Cross?
No.
Oh, Bruce, come on. Come on, Bruce.
Kelly wouldn't let me.
I'd protect him.
It's the bank man that's controlling him. So Boots, I know you're familiar with Boots at this stage. It's a great place for, it's the kind of the Walgreens or the CVS equivalent. So we still can't understand why they, hi. You can't just start directing traffic like that, you stupid idiot. The guy in the van starts directing traffic and him illegally parked and our right away. Look here on the right hand side, Anson's is another beer. Look, Queen Victoria loved pubs, look. They're up there. Queen's Vaults. Now all on your left hand side, if you can see the gaps, this is Cardiff Arms Park, or now the Principality Stadium. You heard the singers singing last night. That's the place they were speaking about where they sing their Welsh hymns. The big crowd for the rugby games. Susan, did you get a photograph of the animal wall yesterday? Yeah. It's going to be coming up on our left hand side again when Jim turns right. And the castle itself. Now, when we go by the main gate of the castle where you were yesterday, if you look down low on the wall, you'll see some different colour bricks, topped off with red brick. And beneath the red brick is part of the old Roman wall, but you would have seen that if you went to the military display there yesterday, military museum. The end of this wall now, if you look up high, I know some of you like the four-face clock. There it is, it ought to be there, unless, isn't it beautiful up there on your left, up high?
So this band, was it popular? Is it popular?
What, love?
The band yesterday, is it popular? Is it a popular band?
The music?
Well, the music and the band.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah?
Now, I brought a paper, I'll read a headline out of it later on to you, but there's a statue here under the tree straight in front of us, and the pigeons kind of do all whatever pigeons do down on top of the statue. Look at it.
Aww.
But the man himself was an outstanding gentleman. After the Second World War, a lot of people would have been injured, you know, a lot of casualties and everything like that. And the poor people had no health cover. So what they did was they brought in the British National Health Service. And honestly, that was the envy of the Western world, because it's all deducted, you know, at source. You know, no matter who you are or what you are, you're entitled, when you go through the gates of a hospital or to a doctor, your first point of contact, medical care, is free. And it has been really good. It has served the people of Britain extremely well, and visitors that come to her shores as well. Unfortunately, in recent years, and again, when you go back to that Brexit thing, just 1 second, Jane, you asked me about, there's the Royal Welsh College of Drama. All of this is part of the university. Remember you were saying about the university? Yes. To the right hand side would be some university buildings as well. And again, a lot of Welsh young men died in different conflicts. The most recent one where there was a lot of people killed at one time was the Falklands conflict of 1982. And there's a gardens that's got kind of 3 streets back, Alexandria Gardens, and you know, there's war memorials in it. Pretty nice. But you'd want to be here for a full day to kind of appreciate that side of the city. So the British National Health Service, just to give you an idea, I looked before we came Ireland, before we left Ireland, on the Irish News, and we have a kind of a socialised medicine as well there. Now, we don't have it as generous as the British one, because we just couldn't afford it. But probably since the 1970s, the British National Health Service, as it's known, you know, there's been a huge increase in the population, and London, of course, down that southeast of England, has been a great magnet for people coming from parts of Europe that, after the collapse of communism and, you know, the expansion of the European Union. So it saw London as this big place where people would go, great place to earn money, and it's a world city. But you know, while the governments took the taxes from the immigrants that came in and worked, they never ploughed enough resources back into where they should. And to keep themselves popular within their own constituencies, they built stuff, they didn't distribute the wealth equally. And now what's after happening is, since the 1970s on, you have a collapse in the national health system. And if you look at the headline of today's paper, 4 million patients stuck on waiting lists. So now, aren't you glad you have your private healthcare in the United States? Just imagine 4 million patients stuck on waiting lists, the highest figure since targets were introduced. And the health service is under severe pressures as demand grows. Royal College of Surgeons says this is wake-up call for government. So, really what that means is that while it's socialised medicine, and you will get treatment, if it's not an immediate emergency, you could be waiting years in some cities to get that knee replacement, hip replacement, or whatever the case may be. And it's becoming a very, very big problem. Not alone that, but people are living longer. And of course, the budget, how the government sort out their finances is with the budgets and everything like that. And they try, just to give you an idea about the British taxpayer, if you earn £11,000, and £11,000 is just £220 a week. And believe it or not, there are some people on very low contract hours, and some people would be earning as little as that. So if you're earning between 0 and £11,000, you pay no income tax on it, none whatsoever. Between 11,000 and 43,000, you pay 20% on tax, on income tax, and over 43% to something like 150, you pay 40%, and then you pay something like 55% when you exceed that. So, then that's not the end of it, of course. Then you pay what's known as social security as well. It spends on your social security. So, for instance, if you take someone that's earning 50,000 a year, well, the first 11,000 isn't taxable. So that leaves you with 39,000 to pay tax on. So you'll pay up to a certain amount of that at 20%, and then the difference between the 43 that you grossed and the 50, you'll pay that at 40%. So have you all your belongings? We need the green boxes this morning, only for a few minutes this morning, and that's the last time you need them. Then you can give them to me then when we come back to Bath. Now, as I was telling you, today is very, very rushed. So Jim and I have did this many times, and thank you. We're after leaving a half an hour earlier from the hotel, and we appreciate that, but you will as well. So how we do it is, we have a scheduled visit at the Roman Baths at 10:20, but we can go there at 10:10. You can be between a half an hour early and a half an hour late, and you will get admittance as your group. But I was here the last time I was here was about a month ago, Jim, was it? One month ago, and there were 7 groups. So I have no guarantee that we'll get in. The only guarantee I have is that we're going to be there on time. Now, what would you do if we're there too early and you've got to wait in line to try get in between 10 past and 20 past 10? Well, you'll need to go to the bathrooms anyway. And then you need to go behind tape. Again, everything is kind of taped off. And it all depends how busy they are. And if I can do my nods and winks and get away with it, that will determine how quick we get in. But Bath is a most beautiful city. We see part of its architecture as we drive in. Now, we leave it at 12 o'clock. So